Hi everybody, my name is Shannon and welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. Today's Monday. Monday is by far my most fun, to me anyway, my favorite video to make until the next one comes along. We know how that goes. Or a mystery box or a yarn opening, right? Those are spectacular. Well, Monday is the day I like to show all the things that I've worked on the previous week. Some of them I've gotten done. A lot of them I just got started or working on because, well, you know, I play with a lot of projects and I'm having a lot of fun with it. Anyway, are you interested to see all the wonderful things that I have been working on? Oh, if you're new here, go ahead, like and subscribe. If you're returning, thanks. I greatly appreciate it. So let me go ahead. I'm looking around because what I try to do is spread all my stuff within arm's reach that I've touched, worked on, or something along that line throughout the week. Makes it a little bit easier. At least that's my theory. Except for all these things have needles in them. Yeah, I knit and crochet and they have needles in them. And sometimes they'll like pull up other things and get snagged as I'm trying to show them off. One of them, I haven't tried it on yet, but I am working with, here, I set the yarn on the floor. I am working with this yarn. It is Comfy Cotton by Lion Brand. My first time ever making something with this yarn. Teresa sent me this yarn. She's Graham Cracker on the YouTube sphere if you want to go check her out. It's part of the Mystery Yarn Challenge. I got a box of mystery yarn. She got a box of mystery yarn. Somebody else sent her a box, right? And this is the brainchild of Lori, the armchair chef. So I am in it yet again. I've signed up again because, you know, I'm a glutton for punishment because I don't have enough going on. But anyway, Teresa sent me 4 of these along with a lot of other yarn. I mean, she was massively generous. And, you know, being the insane, crazy person that I am, I didn't want to just do a small, simple little project, which would have been smart. That would have been smart. I cast on and I cast on something for my size. Yeah, it's not smart. No, not at all. Nope, not at all. But I did. It's not done. Of course it's not done. Holy cow. But it's gotten a lot. Look how it works up with knitting. Isn't that pretty? I mean, look at the way that just spots and speckles and stripes, and that is really nice. And a garter stitch right here, stockinette stitch right here. So you can see kind of a little bit with the stitch patterns. I'm going to go ahead and put it on. I haven't tried it on. I have it on right now. Where'd it go? Where did it go? This green. I have barber cord right here. That's that green stuff. And yeah, of course, I didn't put it on both sides. One moment. Crisis averted. I didn't put it on both sides. This is just a little tiny plasticky type cord. You can shove it on your needle right here and pull through and it'll hold your stitches. And I didn't attach it to both sides. It was no big deal. But I pulled this all the way through the working stuff because, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. So anyway, I'm going to try not to do it again because, you know, I just have it just hanging. That's fine. It's fine. It'd be fine. I didn't lose any stitches. I just didn't think you wanted to watch me pick it up. Oh, I probably should have showed, huh? Right? You never know. All right. Does not match what I'm wearing, but that is okay. So I've got this garter stitch here. You can see I've got my sleeves are just on waste yarn at the moment. I have 2 full cakes left. So I have used 2 full cakes because I was originally gifted 4, which is, like I said, quite a few. I'm going to stand up. Look at that. Look at that. So this is a cardigan. Didn't want to put any buttons on it. This is a free pattern by Tin Can Knits. Tin Can Knits has a very, what she calls an easy series. And she has tutorials. And this pattern goes from itsy bitsy tiny little kid all the way up to, I believe, 4X. So variety of sizes. It has a lot of tailored stuff, a lot of attention to detail. This is gorgeous. So I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to make it. You can make it any length you want, of course. So I think I might just leave it as this cute little open cardigan at this point. and put a couple inches of the garter, you know, a band just like this at the bottom, like the pattern calls for. I might decide on that a little bit later. I'm not sure. I'm not sure which way I'm going to go. Whether at this point, since I've gotten it so far right here, right, it goes down quite a ways. I mean, that's my jeans right here, so it's going down quite a bit. I think I might just finish it off. Add another ball of yarn, finish this off, then do the sleeves, and voila, I'll have a completed project. Cool. So this was a lot of fun and a lot of work. I had quite a few inches done on that. See? And I didn't pull it off. I came close, but I didn't. So while I'm speaking of that, I'm just going to go ahead, since I'm going to toss it on the chair over there, and by toss it, I really mean toss it. There. So I just added that right here. So now tossing it out of the way, it's okay. It's not going to fall off. I'm not going to worry about having to pick up stitches, but there you go. So that is a wearable. Another one. I ordered a mystery yarn box from Lori, and she sent me a variety of yarns. One of them is a super bulky yarn. She sent 2 of these from Yarn Bee. Okay, that's super bulky. I don't normally use big yarn, but this is a really pretty color. I like it. I have big needles. I can do it. I have the technology and the capability. 8 ounces, 125 yards. So I decided I was going to do a reversible cable. Look at that. This is 1 full ball, and it is a reversible cable and surrounded by seed stitch. Isn't that cool? I mean, look at that. It's so big and just fluffy and just huge. And then last week, I wasn't sure how far I was going to be able to get with the 2. This is 1 full, which is pretty cool. I mean, look at that. Isn't that nice? And that's just gorgeous. I am going to attach the other ball. I'm debating, do I go ahead and, you see how it's got a nice curve round right here? This one, it might, I don't know. I could do the same thing, you know, bind off and hope that they match closer, whatever. Or what I could do is start the other piece of the scarf, and then once I, you know, from right here, and do the whole ball, and then do what's called Kitchener stitch together and everything to where the seams of the back of the neck. It's an option. I'm not real sure yet, but that would make it quite long, you know, long enough. How long is this thing? I don't know, but it's pretty cool. Look, I'm using super bulky yarn. And then if you're not familiar, to make a cable reversible, what that is you're doing it in ribbing. It's a knit purl cable. I have a whole book on reversible ribbing. So from top to the tip, it's 36 inches. So if I wanted to, definitely a 72-inch scarf. I don't think I want it that large. I might just continue attach the yarn where I'm at. And once it gets to the length that I'd like, go ahead and bind off. I like being able to do that with it. You know, so obviously I want it longer. If I didn't have any more yarn, what I would do is go like this and, you know, stretching it right here and put buttons through right here. That is a very nice, I have a scarf that's very much like this, that you're using big bulky yarn a friend made for me. And you do that, and you can also put buttons over on that side. So it's just buttoned as far as that's concerned. And it's right here where you're normally the coldest. For me, I would want just even doing that 1 or 2 more inches because it is a bit tight up top like this. But hey, that's 125 yards. That's pretty cool. So excited, yay. Look at me using bulky yarn. I know, it's crazy. And then let's see what else. I've got all sorts of other things just laying around right around me. So for the things that we're making Thursday, if you saw that one, I'm working on the turkey. I have the turkey body, and I am to the point where I need to put the eyes on. No, I'm not going to put all those on. So what I was asking is, do I use the black eyes? Do I use the blue, the brown, the red, the green, the clear? I have lots of different options. I've got, I kind of like the idea of the mixed eyes, and I've had a couple people comment on that, doing the brown and the blue. So I might actually do that. So we'll find out on Thursday where that goes, right? But working on it. So excited about that. So I'll have to figure out what eye patterns that I decide to use. And then I got this little critter. This is one of the scrubbing bubbles. The pattern is called Foamies. It is a free pattern on, I'll link to it. Yeah, my first ones I was looking at it, it's like, made them like 12 plus years ago. But these are so cute. They have different eyes. This one is just the safety eyes with like little eyelashes, but the pattern has 3 different types. You can do any type of embroidery that you want to. One's a 3-dimensional eye, and then the other's a safety eyes. Now, I did this with acrylic yarn, but if you wanted to do something with cotton, see, I still have more cotton, didn't use all of it, but if you wanted to do something with cotton, definitely do it with cotton, and then stuff it with, the pattern says using polyfill, but I wouldn't want to use polyfill if I wanted to use it as a bath toy. That's why you would do the cotton and all the baubles right here. But I would stuff it with one of those bath body tool type, and gosh, I can't remember the name of those things. Still to this day, I still can't remember. But I would stuff it like that. And then Kevin, one of the people that watches my channel, he commented that for dryability and stuff like that, maybe after you're doing that, when you're doing all the crocheted around before you push this nice pretty frilly shell, don't crochet the whole thing together, but put it towards the back and leave a hole right here. And that way you can put that sponge, that tool type body scrubby, shove that and use that as the interior, and then pull it out, and then you can easily wash it, and it would dry a lot faster and a lot better, a little more sanitary, and you can still have it as a kid's toy. And these, you can give these with your fancy soap. You can do something like that, especially if you're going to put that loofah in there, and then give your fancy soaps and things along that line. And you can make them all different sizes for the kids also. Very, very easy, predictable patterning. If you are used to making amigurumi, starting with 6 stitches and then 12 and 18, you get the picture, right? So you have those very predictable increasing 6 on your increase rounds every time around. So you could make it larger or smaller if you chose to. And that's really, isn't that what's fun about these things? You can make a whole family of them. That's cool. So I got this done. Really cute. Really happy about that. Did my bulky yarn, really having fun. And then, instead of working on something that I was supposed to work on, I grabbed this yarn. This is this red, and I thought I had my ball band. That's okay. This is a 100% alpaca yarn right here. And then this, what's left of it, is a wool and nylon sock yarn. So you might recognize this from these. That's the leftover yarn I had from making these. This is my daughter's pair of socks for Christmas. And she picks this pair, but that's what this is. So I like to use that leftover yarn, and it has such a great feel. That wool is a nice, comfortable wool, and wool is very warming for warming properties, and so is alpaca. So you see how nice that blended, and you can see the color pattern coming through, right? And you see how that's working? That is just a lot of fun, right? Here's that pink right here. I really like it. So using what I have, and I did a little bit, I put some twists down here, not a lot, but I did a little bit of that, just adding some fun to the cable instead of just a knit one, purl one. Oh, nice and pretty. So I'm close on this. Well, close as far as pretty soon I can start doing the decreases. That's what I mean by close. Let's see, where are we at? Yeah. Kind of nice. Hair's in the way. That's okay. But that will go to somebody, not really sure who. Somebody will want a hat that's warm and red and pretty colors. There you go. So that was my, not really using a pattern, but just enjoying the stitches and knitting in the round. And that's on size 5 needles with like a 16-inch cord. So size 5 needles. Well, if you saw my stuff earlier in the week, you saw I found sparkles. I found sequins, and I like sequins and sparkles. This right here is a tangled mess. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So there's 200 yards in this. This is a carry-along thread, and I got this right here, it's Queensland's Perth yarn, and it's a number 1, 437 yards. This is an Australian superwash wool, and this is a cotton polyester blend with sequins in it, right? Aren't those gorgeous? Yes, yes, I had to do it. So I wanted to come up with something fun. I did a corrugated rib and then followed another pattern for the lace. And I am on my 3rd repeat of lace. You can either leave this unblocked. You can see how you've got that going up to the corners. So you can definitely see a pattern in through here, like leaves kind of on the slant. And I'm really, really enjoying this. I like how many sequins there are in there. I like the way that this one spaces it. They're not like every 6 to 8 inches. There's groups of them like right here, right where my thumb is, where you have 2 of them right there together. And I really like that. And then, you know, you've got spaces. But the yarn, as far as I'm concerned, that makes it a lot of fun. So having fun with this hat, how pretty. And this will be warm too. Again, I'm in Colorado. I like the wool. I'm not going to lie. You know, just because you have a wool hat or something like that doesn't mean it has to be plain, doesn't mean it has to be boring. By golly, I'm adding hot pink fuchsia sequins into my wool hats because I can. And purple, yes, my husband loves it when I wear purple. So this one I might keep, maybe. I say that on a lot of them. I don't keep a lot of them. I give them away. I share them because why wouldn't I? I mean, that's just what you do. Yeah, that's just what you do. I have worked on my husband's sweater. Yes, I have. He tried the sleeve on and it is a big pile right here because it's a big sweater. He did try the sleeve on. I still have another inch to go. Holy cow, he's got some long arms. I mean, just, you know, it's a full skein of yarn per sleeve. And all this right here are just all the increases that I have done, right? So each time, and then I'm working the sleeves 2 at a time. Yes, they've got their own cable, but I am doing them 2 at a time. And I like that because I'm working up to an increase and then I'll grab the other one and I'll work to the increase and I'll go back and forth as far as that goes. So that's what that lace is. It's just cotton yarn that helps me for my stitch markers. I like the waffle pattern, this thermal pattern that this is creating. Oh my gosh. This is out of the book Viking Knits and it's called the Papa Sweater. And it is coming along really, really nicely. Like I said, I'm like this much. I'm like this much on both sleeves and they're done. Last week it was like that. But you know, I'm like this much on both sleeves. If you've ever made something you get on Sleeve Island, you know what I'm talking about. But so, so close. And then I'll do this every once in a while and hold up the big portion, you know, the sweater. It fits him well. I do have a picture of it, but I've not done this. Let's see. Yeah, I know this looks huge right here, but the collar treatment, it's going to be right here and then going up around and kind of like what I did with the scarf, you know, just the overlapping, and it's going to overlap right here. And each part's going to go around like that with just a big, huge cable. But yeah, this is, and it fits him really well. You know, definitely bigger. He's a bigger man than I am, but there you go. So really excited about this. He reminds me about it every day. Yes, he does. He sees me working on other stuff and he's like, wait, where's my sweater? Where's my sweater? I think I'm stuck in it right now. I don't want to. Okay, wait a minute. I think I can do it. Can I do it? Yeah. I didn't want my shirt to come up. No. There's just things that we don't share. Right? We just don't share those things. Yeah, so excited. I mean, I'm getting stuff done. It's just not finished. Yeah, it's just not finished. But you know, I've made him so far this year. He'll get them later on in the year, but I've made him so far this year. I made him his Christmas socks, which are Tabby socks. So if you're not familiar with those are the toe socks. I've also made him some fingerless mitts, and I'm working on finishing his sweater. So, you know, he gets spoiled. And then he's going to want a hat, but that's just another story. He'll get a hat. He'll get a hat. It's going to happen. He'll get one. Okay. And I also started working on, the ball yarn fell over that way when I grabbed the sweater. That's okay. Look at this. Aren't those pretty? I am at the toe. If I'm not at the toe, I've got like one more round to go. But I am at the toe, and there's Sparkle. Can you see Sparkle? Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. So if that's not a pair of Christmas socks, I don't know what is. I did the ribbing back here also to make it fit and hug onto the ankle. And the only thing I'm sad about, I started just one. Just one. If you've been watching me, you know I've been doing my socks 2 at a time on double points, of course, because that's my favorite. You can do them however you want to get the fabric you want to get. I like my double points. And I've been doing 2 at a time. I've been doing starting from both ends of the ball. So they'll reverse pattern as far as that's concerned. And I'm like, okay, I'm good with that. I got this. And I didn't do that with this one. Yeah. So I need to really gut it out, finish that toe, and cast on that second sock immediately. Immediately. Or it might be an orphan all by itself. A beautiful, sparkly Christmas orphan. You know, we could just hang it up on the fireplace and call it a stocking. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of regret it. My husband, he did. He's like, hey, you only started one of those? Yeah. Why? Are you going to regret that? Yeah. Yeah, I have regrets. I have regrets. Yeah, I do. I have regrets. Well, I have, and that's not the only pair of socks. I am, ball down. I am working on another pair of socks. You saw this one last week that I am working on, and that is just so much fun. And then here's the other one. So I've got to bounce back and forth. So I'm farther on this one than I am here. And if you remember last week, the ball, the reason this one's taking so long is the whole skein just fell apart. It's that particular yarn, it's a very loosely wound skein to begin with. And then with me working with both ends at the same time and putting it in and out of the bags, it was disintegrating. I finally broke down. I didn't want to do it. I broke the yarn on this one, so it's just hanging there all by its lonesome, poor thing. So I did break the yarn. So I'm going to have a knot. I don't want a knot. I don't want to weave it in, but yeah, but look, I've got a beautiful cake. Yeah. So that is nice. I can now put this in my bag. I can take it with me. I can work on them. One sock on the inside of the cake, one sock on the outside of the cake. There you go. But again, look at this. The advantage of this is, I mean, that's close to being a done pair. That one, I'm close to being 50%. This is, I'm on the straightaway, right? That's, I mean, we're just going straight and then to the toe. That's it. So this pair's a whole lot longer, a whole lot farther than that one. I got to start a whole new sock. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Like I said, the last multiple pairs I have done 2 at a time. I have a lot of double pointed needles, size 1, 2 1/4 millimeters. A lot of them. And you know what's sad? With that beautiful Christmas yarn, in the ball itself, I have 4 more size 1, 2 1/4 millimeter double pointed knitting needles in that ball. So I could start that second sock. And I just didn't do it. Yeah. Regrets. Yeah. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. Like, oh no. I don't know. But the fun thing is number wise, I have enough socks to make sure that my family all gets one pair of socks. So the ones that I normally give socks to. They might not have choices. You know, it's like, this is the pair you get, and that's all there is to it. Making this one, my middle son wanted sparkly socks, and I had another pair that I did finish that would fit him, and I'm making this as the Christmas pair that will fit him, and he'll have a choice between the two. I think he'll pick this one because last year, I think, I'm not 100%, but I think I made one for his wife. And in the cuff right here, I did red, and then the patterned yarn, and then the heel was red, and the toe was red. If it wasn't this one, it was a different one, but it was a Christmas colored. It might not have been the sparkle, but it was Christmas colored with the heel, toe, and cuff all in the contrasting color. And this would be pretty close to matching. Maybe, if it's the same yarn. I don't remember. That was last year. That was so long ago. I don't remember. But they keep their socks, and they love their socks. And it is so cute because starting in September-ish, when the kids come to visit me, if they're wearing socks, they make sure they're wearing my socks, and they'll pull up their pant leg, and they'll do the little jig, and they'll put their foot up, and they'll show me and say, hey, look, 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 see my socks, see my socks, see my socks? Yes, they know. They know how to get more. They know. You know, you don't appreciate, you don't whatever, not going to happen. But they definitely know how to get more. And I also have my bumblebee hat. I'm not sure if I worked on this one more or not. I don't remember. I mean, there's so much going on. But what I did love is that right there, you can really see that bumblebee. And then, you know, the first time that I showed that, I was only halfway done with one of the bumblebees, like I am with this one right here, and you just couldn't tell at all. I'm telling you, that last 3-4 rows, it makes a difference, and you can see this. Oh, and then I remember trying this one on and thinking, well, if this band right here is too big compared to the color work, because the color work kind of tends to pull it in, there was somebody else in my comments that had commented this, and I was also thinking the same thing, is for one, I could do like a surgery, and I would show that, and remove the whole thing and then re-knit it tighter. That's one option. And then the other one is I could take that, fold it up, right? Put some elastic in there, do a whip stitch, stitch that down to where that is not as wide. And I might like that better anyway. And just put some elastic in there, not super tight, but just enough to bring it in to where maybe it's a little bit tighter than the rest of the hat. So I'm not real sure yet, but I think I like that because I know when I tried it on, yeah, I am following the pattern. I did follow as far as that. That's, I know, messy hair, whatever. But that's a lot of the gray, which again, that's what the pattern had. I knew that, you know, it's not like a surprise, but that's a lot of the gray and then getting into the bumblebees. But if I went only half, right, then I could do another row of bumblebees if I chose to. And that might be fun. And I might have to do that. I like the bees more than I like the basket weave, whatever here. I'm trying to do that here. But yeah, see that? What do you think? Would you do it like that and everything and maybe put the elastic here if it's needed? I mean, it might not even be needed. I don't know yet because I haven't taken it off the needles. But elastic, yes or no? And then just fold it up as far as that and maybe do another row of bees if possible, if needed. Tell me what you think. I think maybe this way better. I think so. I like the bees more than the brim. That's a good way to put it, right? Bees over brim. Something like that. Anyway, that is what I have been working on this week. I don't know, what is that, like 10 different things? Yeah, that's a lot. Holy cow. Yeah, I've touched a lot. That's fun. This is so much fun to me to look at the Monday and all the different things. And it's so funny because my husband does watch my videos. So he'll see this and he'll make a comment. He's like, really? You know, if you weren't so sidetracked, my sweater would be done. And he's not wrong. I mean, he's not wrong. Oh, and then I was at the store and somebody was talking about today. I was at the store earlier and they were saying that we might be getting snow Wednesday. Oh, so I looked it up. NOAA weather is saying we might get, where I'm at currently in Colorado, we might be getting snow Wednesday. Now, granted, it's not telling me how much because, you know, all right, every place is weird. I grew up in Michigan. Michigan has its own ecosystem, weather and everything, but Colorado, holy cow. So this last snow where we got 8+ inches, you know, I was watching it and it first started off, you know, as you're watching the storm trackers and stuff and like a few days out and everything, they're saying, oh, 1 to 2 inches, 1 to 2 inches and everything. And then it was like, oh, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, you know, and it kind of changed. And at one point, I think before we went to bed, it was like 2 to 6. We got 8+. Emphasize the plus. And the reason I say that is we had at least 8 inches on our back deck. But you also look at how warm it was prior to. So a lot of that snow melted before it started to accumulate. We got dumped on. So where I'm at, when the weather says, oh, well, you know, you're just going to get a few inches or whatever, you might want to hit the store. And then it's humorous because like, oh, you guys are going to get 12 inches. Oh, we'll get snow, maybe 3 to 5, that type of thing. But the thing is with Colorado, at least at my elevation where I'm at, which is above mile, yeah, mile high is 5280. But above that is it melts fast. You can get out there and shovel your snow in your shorts. Not me, but other people do it and I've seen it. I think they're crazy, but that's, you know, that's them. But it melts. Michigan, it doesn't melt. No, it doesn't melt. It's there until the next year's spring. But here it melts. Like right now, I was out today, no coat, just, you know, short sleeve type thing or what have you, or maybe a long sleeve, but no coat. All the snow from the 8+ inches is gone. And then we're going to get snow Wednesday. So yeah, there you go. Weather report you didn't know we wanted. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. You have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.